My name is Nestani, and today we are going to be running True Ending Lunistice. True Ending, for those that don't know, is a little bit different from any percent. If you've seen me run any percent before, basically there are 4 letters in each level, and we're going to stumble on that sentence over and over again throughout this whole thing, I promise you. And we need to collect all of those in order to unlock the secret level to unlock the true ending of the game. But with me on comms today, I have 2 illustrious commentators. I have Jaxler and Anarchy, if you all want to introduce yourselves.
Sure, I'll go first. Hi, I'm Jaxler. I also run this game, although I'm pretty washed, mostly focused on true ending stuff. This category is really sick, so enjoy. I will warn you, it's crazy.
I'm Anarchy. I have never played this game before or seen it before, so we're going in blind. We're gonna get real live Anarchy reaction, so I'm very excited to watch.
All right, and let's go ahead and get started. So time's going to start whenever I gain control of my character, so I'll do a countdown. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right, well, good luck. All right, so right off the bat, we're seeing Nestani abuse a technique called spin jumping in order to skip some of these, good save, some of these platforming sections right here. Normally you have 3 mid-air resources. You have 2 jumps and a spin. But if you jump and then shortly after press the spin button, it will give you a much higher boosted jump than normal. It's essentially taking the momentum of the 2 and combining them together. And we're going to make use of that to gain much more height than we're able to normally. And that's going to allow us, especially in these first couple of levels, to skip some of the platforms that we would normally need to take in order to get to all of these hidden levels. Again, this category requires us to find all 4 of these hidden letters throughout each level, leading up through World 6. And then that will unlock the prerequisite for doing the true ending. So it's kind of like the KONG letters if you play like DKC Returns. Similar type of thing, but it actually kind of matters a lot more for this game. So big level cut we're going to do right here off of this cube that they just left right here. That jump is not possible without that spin jumping technique, so it just goes to show how useful it is. And so this is what we'll see at the end of each level if we successfully collect all 4 letters. It will create this like glitched out effect, these purple platforms, and either show us a key or a note. We need to get each of these collectibles at the end of each level to activate that true ending. So normally you just go into the goal ring, but in true ending, you need to go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, so it's not your screen flickering. It is literally in the game, so don't worry about that. But
I thought I was tweaking for a second.
No, it's always like the first time you see it, you're like, is that my screen? Is my monitor dying? No, it's not. But as we head into 1-2, another thing you're going to notice is that we do have 3 jump resources, as Jaxler mentioned. And so a lot of these sections, like right here, while we're going more horizontal, I'm going to be not using the spin jump, right? So like the general concept is horizontal, we're going to just regular triple jump with normally a jump attack jump, because that's normally how you can retain most most absolute control of your character, is just separating those things. But spin jumps are really good for doing some vertical sections that are coming up right here. Yippee.
Yeah, so next letter we got coming up is the red bridge platforms. And so this is going to introduce a vertical platforming concept that we'll see a lot, where we're trying to land down on the ground as fast as possible. Because as soon as we touch down, we get our resources back, which means we can spin jump again in the air. You're going to see a lot of really quick jumps and specific timings. There is a short jump where you just press the button, as well as a long jump where you hold the button and it sends you a bit higher. And Nestani is making use of both of these, as well as when he times his spin input in order to control his height. We'll see another good example here with a spin jump where, oh, not quite. There we go. And that'll get us right up there for the A. And we're going to use the, oh,
I love that. It's my favorite thing ever. I love when the camera just switches on you for no reason. I'm not tilted. It's fine. I didn't want those 2 seconds anyway. You know what I mean? That's like whatever. All right. That can sometimes happen. I actually don't know why that camera shift happens. I still haven't figured it out. So, unlucky. But another thing that you're going to notice is that I hit that thing far before my actual character's hitbox hit that. And that's because Hannah's attack actually extends her hitbox a little bit, because she has this like little orb thing. And whenever you throw it around, basically you extend your hitbox, as well as obviously just sending an attack to hit things. So what you're going to see me do in some of these letters that we will be collecting in these levels, we're so good, is that like I'll sometimes be attacking into the letter in order to just cut down just a little bit on movement. It probably doesn't really save that much time in the grand scheme of things, but in my head, it saves time. So therefore, I'm doing it.
Yeah, emotional time save.
Emotional time save. And another thing that we can do is with the spin attack, whenever we jump on a bouncy platform like you just saw, we can basically do a spin bounce, and that just sends us up really high vertically, which is very useful in certain sections. But I guess now that we're in World 2, you can kind of notice that in each world, things change a little bit. So like the art's a little bit different, and we get new mechanics. So in this level, we get 2 new mechanics. We get these blue bubbles, which basically follow along this like dotted track thing, and
right.
Okay, that wasn't. That's intended.
Right.
That's exactly what I want to do. No stress at all.
We're big chilling.
Yeah, but these blue bubbles go along the track. Typically, you want to ride them all the way. I say as I jump out immediately, you're welcome, everyone. Because basically, the letters are on, like, off the beaten path, basically. So, like, you have certain pathways that the game wants you to take, and basically, you take the alternate one in order to get the letter. But, yeah. Anarchy, do you have any thoughts so far?
I'm not gonna lie, this like level right here, it's really giving me like, this is gonna sound wild, it's giving like Fortnite. Like, does anyone remember that season? Does anyone remember that season where like the beaches was like going like wild mode and it looked like this? Like the vibes are kind of just there. That sounds like wild, but that's what it's giving for me right now.
Man, I can't believe DK copied Fortnite. That's kind of crazy.
Right.
This guy, he loves it. I didn't know he was a Fortnite fan.
So we got a couple more spin bounces. Again, we're just going to press the spin button right as we hit these things. Nestani's going to skip one right there, just because it's getting us back to the ground again a little bit faster. And we got a really cool vertical platforming movement section here. I'm just going to let it speak for itself. Land on the crystal just like that, and then you can go backwards to get this letter. This is going to be kind of the first like pretty big sequence break as far as the different letters go for true ending. The further we get into the game and more mechanics that get introduced, the more nonsense we're going to get to see here. But we got a pretty chill moment here. So Ash, if you had anything you wanted to share with us, now would be a really good time.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've been getting donations in the chat, which is really awesome. So we have $25 from King Wrangles. Thank you so much. And we also have $5 from the Corinne and $25 from Miss No One. And we also had $10 from the Guiltless. Thank you so much for donating towards Race Forward. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, one quick thing to note here is that with these umbrellas, Nestani will either be jumping immediately off them or running on them, depending on the direction of their travel. So it's kind of like a treadmill. So if it's moving in the direction you want to go, you stay on it. If it's like running against your momentum, then you want to jump off of it.
Yo, shout out to treadmills and Scooby-Doo Night of 100.
Right.
You're giving me war flashbacks, dude.
Get him off the stage.
So something interesting we're going to see here is Nestani's doing manual hops out of most of those water bubbles, and that's because that's getting you into the hitbox of the next water bubble just that little bit faster. Normally, when you sort of get auto-launched out of those bubbles, it sends you like pretty high into the air. So
yeah, and it's real cringe. So you just time a little short tap, a little love tap, just a little
something like that.
Yeah, people have been saying it.
You've been saying this.
Well, I'm people, no?
Well, yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, this second world is kind of like super chill vibes. There's not too much hard stuff going on other than that vertical platforming segment at the start of 2-2. But once we get into World 3, that's where the difficulty of especially this category shoots into the air.
But, I mean, surely it's fine,
Totally fine.
Thing to note is that you can step on the crystals. Fun fact, as I just stepped on the crystals. But if you stand on them too long, they disappear, similar to Shadow the Hedgehog.
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, disappear. No one gets the reference. Come on.
I mean, I get it. I'm just not enabling
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. Well, don't worry. I can enable myself.
Yeah. Anyway, so speaking of those crystals, we can use some of the ones that are peeking out of the corners on this geometry to just get the go around on that platform. And then coming up, probably the hardest skip we've seen so far. We're going to do what's called a spin cancel off of a launcher ramp. We're going to get introduced to these water slides that kind of act like Tony Hawk grind royals. And at the end, there's going to be this launcher thing. So as soon as we get launched off, we're going to spin, which is going to allow us to redirect our momentum, letting us get the letter. Nicely done. That's awesome. Really hard.
That was really cool.
You need the perfect timing, perfect spin timing, perfect aerial drift in order to get that. So that was really well done. We get introduced to these speed up platforms that, as you would expect, allow you to run a lot faster as long as you're making contact with something that maintains your super speed. So if you touch down on solid ground, that'll slow you down. We're gonna see a really cool strat here. This next letter is hidden underneath the platform in a little alcove. So what Nestani is gonna do is get super speed, jump on the balloon, which maintains the super speed. Nice. And then we land back up on top.
Whoa.
And then going into this hidden passage, Nestani is trying to make sure he doesn't land on the ground because bubbles also maintain the super speed buff. We can use that right there to skip a pretty long water grind rail there. So all like 3 kind of really tricky strats sort of back to back. So that was really well done.
That under the thing is so much scarier than it looks.
Yeah.
I almost died, Smile. But here, fun fact about momentum in this game is that most of the time we're actually trying to carry our momentum off of launchers. So a lot of the times, as we saw with the very first letter we collected, we kept our launcher from the momentum. We kept the momentum from the launcher. Reverse it. But actually, in that specific instance, right before I went into that blue bubble, I actually intentionally jumped on the ground before going there because it's the only time where you don't keep your momentum from the air if you just go right into the bubble. I don't know why, but it's just that one. So, yeah, this game's cool. Really cool. Consistent.
All right. So it doesn't stop there, though. At the start of 3-2, we're going to see something known as pink crystal jump. We're going to be doing a spin jump off the rail and then timing our second jump at a very specific time. Oh my god, I can't believe you saved that. That was crazy. All right, that gets us up here and skips a huge part of the level. We can go ahead and grab this checkpoint, and we're going to be making pretty good use of that checkpoint later on. So, yeah. That was pretty scary.
Dude, everything that I've been doing in this run has just been super sus.
It's worth noting as well that this will come up again later. Nestani plays at 60 FPS because of the way that certain tricks work in this game. But because of that, sometimes things like coyote time and some of the jump inputs can get a little funkier at lower frame rates. Yeah, so we're going to quit the checkpoint with the fastest menu I've ever seen. This allows us to skip backtracking in order to get to these balloons. And we get some hyper speed here. And we're kind of chilling for the most part through the rest of the level. There's an extended skip that you get to do in the any % glitchless run that allows you to just shoot right to the top of the level. But we have a couple of letters that we need to grab along the way. Mostly just this one.
And and we can also fit in some donations here as well, or anything else that we need to say.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Also, I'm enjoying the near sound. We got $10 from Chasm L. Thank you so much for the $10. I think I also saw $5 earlier from Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, thank you. We appreciate that. And also, because we've been getting raids and stuff too, for anybody who's new here, we're doing our Back to Black 2025 showcase all weekend long. We got some really awesome runs happening, including this amazing run happening right now. And we are raising money for Race Forward, which is an incredible organization. And don't forget, we also have some great merch from The Yeti. Shop The Yeti's official Back to Black collection at theyeti.com/backtoblack, because a portion of the purchase from all items sold will be donated directly to Race Forward. So thank you for letting me share that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for hosting. Okay, so something we kind of glossed over a little bit is the route for this level is really funky. So we get the very end level checkpoint, and then we just drop down to a water railing that takes us up to the last letter that we need. I just love that route. It's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, so Nestani's going to kind of lock in here because I would argue this is probably the hardest world in most runs. This is Food and Comfort. You're going to notice these music notes at the bottom of the screen. This is a rhythm platforming section. So every 2 beats of the song, it's going to alternate between red and blue. And depending on the color that's selected, it will change which platforms appear and disappear in the environment. So we did a bit of a setup so that we caught a red platform early on. And then we're going to do some really quick spin jumps up the inside of this geometry here on our way to this letter. It's really important to do that fast because the faster we do that, the more likely it is we have a good window to make later cycles on in the level. Everything in this level is controlled by a global cycle that starts as soon as you load in the level. And this is not just the platforms as well. There are going to be these dango candies that you're seeing giant versions of. They move up and down with the beat of the music. Spikes will move and retract with the beat of the music. Pretty much everything here is cycle-based. And so there's kind of 2 alternating cycles that you kind of have to know which one you're on, the red cycle and the blue cycle. And so Nestani is going to be doing kind of a slightly different variation than what he had been doing before on these bounce platforms, where we used to go that bounce platform right here, and then we skipped one, but instead we're going to do that one right there, which is just a little bit easier for making. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we were trying to catch that dango on as it was in its upward position so that we could land on it and take a slightly tighter line, but Nestani had a really good seat. Something worth noting as well is that we are playing on the latest patch of the game, and that ends up being faster for a couple of reasons. In this level in particular, the rolling pins have much smaller hitboxes, which thank God, they used to be ginormous. It was awful. But it'll also come into play in the next level because DK made some slight level adjustment that made some of the platforming easier, as well as allowing us to take tighter lines. So, yeah, considering that almost death, 206 is really solid there.
Jaxler, do you mind if I remind people about the incentive that we have if we hit $12,500?
Give us just 1 second, if that's okay.
Yeah.
We got a really tough cycle going on right here. We saw Nestani sort of hover midway over a platform in order to make sure that he sets up for what's called the red cycle here. If Nestani's movement is good enough here, then he'll be able to catch a red platform just as it disappears underneath his feet. I think we hit it. Barely. Nice. And so if you do that right, we catch this blue, catch this dango as it rises up so we can skip the platforming and get to the letter early. That was really solid. Now, there is a ridiculous extended part of this cycle that is possible where you can catch a blue platform in a later section. But Nestani's not going to go for that because it is way too risky. We got some double time here now introduced for a short segment. But as we get this letter and move on, Ash, sorry for interrupting you, but now's probably a good time.
Yeah,
No,
you're good to go
all
for the rest
good.
of this.
You're all good. I totally understand. We got to lock in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. No. So if we get to 12,500 total raised, that will help us get to our incentive for the bonus level 18 tracks of Not in the Groove. So yeah, make sure we're just under 1K away. I know we can make it.
Yeah, so Nestani waited there intentionally and slowed down because there is kind of a speed limit to how quickly the cycles work out on that section, unless you hit that ridiculous cycle that I was talking about earlier.
You have to wait regardless. It doesn't matter.
Oh, really? It doesn't even, the blue cycle doesn't matter?
Well, the blue cycle puts you one full cycle ahead, so the movement doesn't change there. You still wait.
You're just ahead of cycle.
Yeah, you're just ahead
I
of
see.
cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
My facts were incorrect here.
Spreading misinformation on the internet.
Wow, I can't believe it.
All right, really funny strat here. We're gonna go underneath this birthday cake and just snipe the letter from underneath and then spin jump our way up. And we use this green crystal to scoop around. Nicely done. And then the exit to the level is gonna be on our left where you see those alternating platforms. But yeah, Yummers and D. I don't know if how you've been feeling about some of the level designs in this game in the arcade, but I'm a little hungry.
I've been this whole world. I've been like trying to come up with coherent thoughts, and my brain has just been going yummers every 3 seconds. So there you go.
All right, 5-1. You got this, dude.
Coin flip time.
Yeah, coin flip time. So most people run glitchless categories of this game, but True Ending is kind of like the only one really that has like glitches that are really standard and routed in. And this is the big one. So we're gonna do a rail float glitch. And so what Nestani is gonna do is mash with 2 different buttons the attack. That sphere that's doing the spin attack has a physical hitbox. And by mashing spin, it's going to cause Hannah to get stuck and activate this slow gravity hover glitch. This is gonna allow us to go up and over into this checkpoint. And then if we run off the platform, we can maintain hyperspeed with it. We're gonna go ahead and grab this letter, and then I'm gonna shut up. Please. Yes!
I'm filthy, bro.
Let's go, dude.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
That is my go.
Dude. I can't believe you hit that line. That's
Dude,
the hardest
yes.
strat in the game.
That is also worst case scenario for that. If you saw, I got owned by the wall.
Yeah.
In general, you want to be so far to the right that you basically don't hit the wall at all. That was crazy.
It saves a lot of time to do that. We're like already towards the end of the level already. So that 5-1 is a pretty long level.
Also, don't worry about the invisible rail there. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. We'll talk about invisible rails a bit later, but a couple of spin bounces here to wrap up this level. But yeah, that was disgusting. That was really good, dude. Awesome job. I cannot emphasize enough how hard that trick is and also how not consistent it is. I mentioned earlier that Nestani's playing at 60 FPS, and it is solely to make that trick actually viable to go for.
Yeah,
Nice.
pretty much. No, come on. You could have given me the 49. Real true. I'm so sad. Guys, I got a 49 for the first time in warm-up today, but I've always theorized that a 49 was possible there. You know, we're just 6 milliseconds away. Truly unfortunate. Truly unfortnite. Speaking of unfortnite, any musicers?
Yeah, there's no music. What happened?
God, we're just sitting in silence.
DK patched the game? No.
Do you guys enjoy the silence of just the sounds? This is how I run normally.
Yeah. No, it's really really cool little jump right here. You can actually land on the underside of that platform. It's really sketch, but it saves a couple seconds, I think.
4 to be exact.
4. That's 4?
It's 4 seconds. It's like the most unassuming 4 seconds of all time.
Yeah. And I want to be very clear as well. A 4-second time save for most people, it's like, oh, that doesn't matter too much. But in this game,
it's like a
with how
20-second time save.
optimized, it feels like, emotionally, it's like a 20-second save, yeah.
Emotionally.
So we're going to be doing a lot of checkpoint reloading in this level. The way this level is set up in the first area is that there's these 3 teardrops that we need to release to create a water bubble that will take us to the next section. And so we grab a letter right there, and there's this nice little trampoline for us. The way this is routed is so that we don't have to go back to the hub area every time we want to go towards one of the 3 different wings of this area. We've got some more. Oh, that's weird. Interesting.
Unlucky.
What do I do here? I guess I just do this again.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, remember how I mentioned earlier that sometimes 60 FPS is jank? Nestani got kind of...
my controller.
Oh, did your controller get owned? Okay.
I just got a double input. Yeah.
Oh.
That's all.
Unfortunate.
Ill issue.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's all good. I mean, that's...
To be fair, I do beat the crap out of my controls whenever I play this game.
Yeah.
Because you're basically just you're pressing like 2 buttons over and over again.
Yeah.
But luckily, we have an abundance of checkpoints in this level, so we're so back.
Yeah. And this is like the scariest looking easy jump in the entire game. You just space out your resources and you're good to go. And then we're going to be doing a really cool... We're going to kind of be working off this checkpoint right over here, where we're going to jump in and then double jump back to maintain super speed. Then jump right there. And then we're going to do a hop as soon as we touch down on the ground. You have really high friction in this game. So whenever you have super speed and you know you're going to land on solid ground and can't maintain the speed anymore, you want to try to jump as early as possible so that like you maintain even some of the velocity there. And then as we're kind of coming up towards the second teardrop, we're gonna do another quit and reload to make our way to another letter. So we're gonna get this teardrop, we're gonna quit and reload to get back to this checkpoint. This will give us super speed to get this last letter. So we essentially took care of like another wing by kind of taking a more or less dev intended shortcut. But from here, we're gonna maintain the hyperspeed into the purple booster. We're gonna try to maintain it after breaking the crystal. Watch this. Boom. Nicely done.
Dude,
And then
yes.
now we get the best part of this whole run. Big Hannah. I am so large right now. I'm so large. Yeah. For some reason, whenever you get into the blue bubble as it's forming and you jump into it while it's forming, you get Big Hannah. And now we are just comically large. And it might not seem like I'm super large, but as we get to the very end of this level, you're going to see how large we are.
Yeah.
It's truly the best part about True Ending, because we routed out Big Hannah in any percent because it was faster to not get Big Hannah. But now we're so large, and we're going to gather our last letter here in the level. You know, tough. But this is what we're talking about with...
Look how big she is compared to the end platform.
She's so large, bro.
Big Hannah.
Big Hannah. Big Hannah isn't real. She can't hurt you.
Big Hannah right now.
Yeah. But that is 5-2. Unfortunate tumble there, but you know, sometimes you just take a tumbleweed. Fun fact, I took a tumble in 5-2 the last time I ran Lunistice for GDQ. So yippee. Same exact place. But now we're in World 6, and World 6 is where it kind of cools off a little bit. There's a couple, like, you know, fairly difficult strats from here on. But a lot of them are for fun strats like this. Swag flag?
Flagpole.
Odd.
Nice.
And
then we got a really
flag for no reason. There's no reason to go for it, but I do.
Cool little strat here. There's an indent in the wall that you can get your jumps back on. It's like one of the only instances of that in the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's
most of the time,
really
if you
weird.
see an indent like that, you just slide off, and you're really happy about your life, and you can't wait for more.
Something like that.
Yeah, because you're trying to find like shortcuts, and you're like, oh, what if I jump on this? And then you just slide all the way down. And you're like,
A little optimization that Nestani's doing on those red beams specifically, not these red wooden planks, but the red beams. He's making sure he's midair as much as possible, because DK actually applied like a slowdown effect while you're on them, making it a little easier to stay on the rails. Also, big spin cancel right here just gives kind of an auto loop section. No big deal.
It literally is a loop too. It's kind of troll. Like it just takes you in a circle. But I don't think it applies to those beams, but it definitely applies to these beams up here.
Yeah.
This is like where it's like a big thing, where like this looks like I'm really good at the game, but I'm actually just getting
you
slowed
are,
down.
but that's besides the point.
Sure, but like I'm getting slowed down there, so it's actually not as scary as it may look. Not to break the fourth wall or anything.
Yeah.
But this trick coming up is kind of scary.
Yeah, so Nestani, after skipping most of the run around here, is going to use a flagpole, actually this time for realsies. With the coyote time, lands perfectly done. Nicely done.
Yeah, that is really, I mean, I guess it's not harder than it looks because I'm landing on a tiny little pixel, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm landing on a tiny little pixel. It's tough, you know, but we're so bad. That was weird. What do I do here?
Jaxler
Okay, let's just do that.
and Nestani, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got plenty of time.
I was literally about to
Awesome.
toss it to you, so you're so bad.
Thank you. Same brain. So we've got a few donations in chat, and I would really love to see chat just fill. Now that we could see the donations actually in chat, I would love to see them fill up the chat with donations, because we got $25 from Zokubun, we got $5 from K Duffels, we had $5 from Champerl. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So that would be really cool. And just reminding you that every dollar, whether it's in the donation tool through Twitch, still goes to Race Forward. So please keep those donations in chat coming, because we are less than $1,000 away from our next incentive, which is for an awesome Taro Nuke doing the additional level 18 for Not in the Groove. So you don't want to miss that.
Nice little time save right there. That's like one of the few things I can say that I found in this game. Counts to me, I guess.
Okay.
Look, I'm staking my claim. Okay, I gotta have some kind of legacy. I got like rolled by this Nestani guy. So
Who? Who's
yeah,
that?
who's?
Never seen that guy before in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you feeling up the run so far, Anarchy?
I'm having a good time. I have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna be really slow with you, but like I'm chilling. Like the vibes are up.
Yeah, the vibes are up. I don't know if you're much of a 3D platform head, but I don't know. I was just gonna ask if this compares to anything you've seen before, like that you've played. But I know yours.
No. I'm gonna be for real. No, actually. Well, no.
Just a flat no is crazy.
Well, no.
Actually, no. This game, I would never play this game. Actually.
I would say that's
if
true.
you wanted to play the game, it is only $5 though. So
Yeah, it's $5 on Steam.
That's like dirt cheap.
And
I'm gonna have to
yeah,
lock in after this. Actually.
Yeah, that's true. It's $5. You know, after you're done donating to the event, you know, if you have $5 left over, you know what I mean? It's a solid like 4 hours. Also, shout outs to whoever found this trick. It makes this so much easier than it was before.
It loses like maybe quarter to half a second.
Yeah.
But like it's 100% consistent.
Yeah, versus just literally like, it's not even a coin flip. It's really just like you have like a 3% chance.
It's so hard.
I don't think I've ever hit it in a run, like the alternate strat there. I don't think I've ever hit it in a run.
Yeah.
Which should just tell you all you need to know. It's a fake strat, honestly. But it's so nice. But as we wrap to the end of 6.2, I just want to draw your attention to what we've been doing at broadband. Not to be confused with broadband internet. I don't know why.
What are you cooking, dude?
But not to be confused with Broadway. But broadly speaking, we have, you know, we started at like Hannah's house basically, and then we went to the beach, and then we went to the amusement park, and then just don't worry about World 4, and then we went to the trees, and now we're in the mountains. And so if you notice, we've been kind of like ascending up in like the elevating. We've been elevating, you know,
right.
And now we're on the moon. Now we're going to the moon. So like the whole story of this game, I don't know any of it. But what this game does is that you're going to the moon to beat up the moon. Why are we beating up the moon? Don't know. But we're beating up the moon. We're gonna throw hands with it. So yeah, we're basically the whole game. We've been just basically trying to get to the moon, and so we've been ascending. And this is World 7, which you're going to notice there's something different about these purple platforms. We did say to you that you can't have Hyper Boost on normal things, but we can have Hyper Boost with only the purple platform. So if you see a purple platform, we're probably running on it with Hyper Boost, and then otherwise we're just avoiding it. And right there, we did our first and only damage reviews of the whole game, because if you get damaged, you actually reset your resources. So right there, we get damaged in order to reset our resources in order to make it over the top, so we don't have to go down, out, and around, because that would not be cool or pog or fun.
It also got us through there quickly enough so that we avoided those laser beams, so we didn't really have to like slow down or alter our trajectory as we were dealing with them, which it looked like Nestani just platformed through right there, but if you get there on a weird cycle, it gets kind of weird to try to back that up.
Yeah, and that jump that I just did really like exemplifies why you want to jump off immediately as you land onto a ground, because of the friction, like Jax was saying earlier. It's okay. I just lost a second for no reason. Yippee! I just forgot to press. I just forgot to attack there. Like whatever. I'm doing a Let's Play, guys. Welcome to my Let's Play, everyone. Also, if you notice, I guess we haven't brought it up yet, but there's no letters here. If you we haven't been collecting any letters. That's by design. Basically, what ends up happening in True Ending is there's only letters in worlds 1 through 6, and then once you get to world 7, you just play any percent basically until the end of the run. And there's cranes here, so in like Hundo, you actually have to collect all these cranes. But in any percent, like we're literally just doing the any percent route for 7.1, and we will also do that for 7.2, because in 7.2 there's also no cranes or letters. So all three like main categories do. Like 7.2 specifically the same. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. My words were not wording right there.
And we're also making sure to jump around the planets because they would remove our hyperspeed. These disappearing platforms as well maintain the hyperspeed, which is important as well for later. We're going to ascend with another jump right at the end there using all of our resources. And here we go.
I got a 35.
Yay!
I'm cool right now.
We just got a $200 donation to support.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
We got $200 from K Duffels. Thank you, K Duffels, for supporting Race Forward.
$200 from the duffel bag.
Yeah, and we got $15 from Insincere Match and $5 from Kineas. And oh my gosh, the donations are rolling in. We got Kamikaze Granny with $25. Thank you so much.
That's a great name.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, so this level in particular is kind of a revisit of all the different level gimmicks we've seen from previous worlds. We just went through like the World 6 section. Now we're going to be skipping most of the World 5 section by hitting this tree root and then jumping off of it to hit the purple booster just like that.
That was weird.
Let me get the speed boost right here. And this is where we're going to see again that the tree roots, their entire hitboxes are spawned in at all times after you hit the button. You're going to see us kind of like grinding on thin air here. And so this World 4 section is on a set cycle when the level starts. So here's like a pass cycle that you can go for that's like, I don't even think you've hit it before, right? Like
I've hit it once. I was the one that found it. So.
Yeah. Oh, right. I thought it was like Naglfar that found it or something like that.
No, Naglfar did it in actual IL.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there's basically a super cringe cycle. We're not going for it because it's super hard, and I've hit it like maybe like 3 times in my entire life. I'm not an IL runner. Those guys are good at the game. I am just consistent at the game. There's a difference here.
Right. Okay.
Right here, fun fact about the super speed is that the blue bubbles carry it, as we've discussed before, and so this section becomes really quick. Because otherwise, you're really just waiting for the game to like let you go there. But fortunately, we get to have the game set us free a little bit earlier. And then here we're actually going to do a delayed spin jump here. This is just so we can land on this third platform. It's a bit trickier.
Really sketchy. And then we do that jump right there. That spin jump is actually a lot more annoying than it looks. It's really easy to get your head bonked. And then right here, we are going to bonk our head into the side of the elevator platform and then die. This will set a checkpoint at the top of the elevator ride and completely bypass it, and that's like a 20-second save. It's
because I thought Twin just like messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
The only reason Nestani didn't quit and reload the checkpoint is you just can't pause while you're on the elevator. Yeah,
it locks you out, unfortunately. And this is what all of our hard work is for. Is this completely white level, and. And we're going to be going through here, and we're basically going to be collecting the final letters, and we're going to be beating up the moon here a little bit. We're going to beat them up a lot, actually. There's one beat up, 3 more to go. 4 more? 3? I don't know. I can't do math. I don't know how to do math. That's why I'm speedrunning right now. And so, yeah, basically, we win. Yippee.
Yeah, we win, pretty much. This level is kind of like a tap it in. There's a couple of strats where that like aren't that bad, but there's a couple of uses of the spin jump like right there in order to make this a little faster. But there are like so many like so close strats and setups in this level. Like for example, this section, we can't pass that platform cycle. It's so close, but we can't make it. So we are just going to goof around a little bit and take care of some of these. Let's play moment, Yeah. There's also there's a vertical segment as well where it looks like we should be able to like skip this next section, but we can't. Interestingly enough, something that we've been told by the dev, if in the event the game gets patched, we've been having hints for like a year and a half now at like a big content update. Praying that sees the light of day, but we'll see. DK, please. But one of the changes that's coming up in that is that Hannah will actually just have like a 10% movement speed increase, which I'm really excited, especially in this level, to see the implications of, because it might actually like enable some cool strats in here.
Like the most notable is actually this level and the one that we just came from, 7-2. Because in 7-2, there's like in the World 6 booster section, basically, there's like a real, like literally we're like a millimeter off of being able to skip that, and that would literally save like probably 3 seconds, if not 4. Kind of ridiculous. But now we're going to come up on the end of the run here, and timer is going to stop whenever we fade to black. So I'm going to beat up the moon, and then it's going to fade to black, and I have a pretty clear countdown. But here we go. Time's going to stop in roughly 3, 2, 1, time.
GG's.
GG's, dude.
GG.
Pretty solid run. We're gonna skip this so you don't get spoiled because there's actually a cutscene there. So we'll do the credits here, but that's gonna be it for us. If either Anarchy or Jax has anything to shout out, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jaxler.
Yeah, sure. If you saw this run and really want to give it a try, check out the Lunistice speedrunning Discord on speedrun.com/Lunistice. There's a lot of people in there who'd be more than willing to help you. We'd recommend starting with any % glitchless. It's a really fun category. A lot of people play it. So if you're looking for a community to come hang in that's really close and tight knit, check it out. But yeah, thank you, Nestani, for having me on the mic. This was a lot of fun and great job, especially on 5-1. That was crazy. I can't believe you hit that.
that was wild. Anarchy, anything?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I got to experience this game. This is a really pretty game, I'm not gonna lie with you.
Yeah,
even though I'm not a 3D platformer person, I might have to tap in a little bit. So yeah,
you might have to. Yeah. It's $5 on Steam. Like,
it is $5. Like, come on. And then for me, just quick shout outs. Me and Jax actually have a podcast. If you all want to go check that out, it's called Even Though Nobody Asked. It's great, in my opinion. It's a great podcast. It's fun.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, we uploaded a video today, so if after the event's over, if you have some more time to kill before tomorrow when the event starts up again, check it out. And also, fun fact, this game is timed with IGT, so whatever the time is on the screen, it's actually a lie. Our time is a 37:01, which is really good. Yeah. Really good. That's within 30 seconds of record right now. So
with 30 seconds of record with that death fight.
Yeah, yeah, I was on record pace until I died, so it's just unlucky, but that's gonna do it for us. Thank you all for having me. Thanks for letting me show the game, and good luck with the rest of the event.
Ear.